You stand in the abandoned farmhouse, ears straining against the oppressive silence, when a faint whisper weaves through the cracks in the walls. Is it the wind, or the echo of a forgotten horror? You can't help but wonder what lurks unseen in the shadows. The old farmhouse stands alone at the edge of the village, its windows dull with grime, like eyes clouded by time. You approach, gravel crunching beneath your boots, the air tinged with the scent of damp wood and earth. A crow caws overhead, a single black feather drifting down, landing silently on the porch. Inside, dust motes dance in weak streams of light, settling on forgotten furniture, remnants of a lifelong past. Footsteps creak along the floorboards, the familiar patter broken only by a soft hush that seems to breathe with the structure itself. You pause, fingers brushing old wallpaper, the texture rough and peeling, and the quiet seems to shift around you, heavy with the weight of forgotten memories. A chill wraps around your neck, the kind that whispers secrets from long ago. In the far corner, a shadow flickers, almost alive, dancing in the periphery of your vision. The stillness feels heavier, pregnant with things unsaid and things unseen, a silent promise of something sinister lurking just out of sight. You rub your arms against the cold that seeps through the walls, your breath visible in the stagnant air. The whisper is there again, barely audible, threading through the air like a spider's silk. It carries a melody, melancholic and nameless, that worms its way into your mind, unsettling yet strangely alluring. Determined, you follow the sound to a battered door at the end of a narrow hallway. As your fingers graze the handle, your pulse quickens, a prickling awareness of being watched, each hair on your neck standing on end. A shadow slips behind you, vanishing down the hall when you spin around, leaving only a lingering sense of unease. The door groans open, revealing a staircase spiraling into darkness. You hesitate, gut tight with instinctive fear, but the whisper urges you onwards. As you descend, the air grows thick with decay, the stench of earth and old secrets clinging to you, each step echoing like a distant heartbeat. At the bottom, you find yourself in a cold, echoing chamber. The walls are lined with strange markings etched long ago, their meaning lost to time, and the whisper swells into a chorus of distant cries. Your breath catches, chest tightening as if the air itself conspires against you. Suddenly, the cries coalesce into a single, piercing scream that fills the room. It compels you to your knees, the sound vibrating through your bones, raw with anguish. You realize the horror that played out here still lingers, a haunting that refuses to fade. As the scream dies away, the silence presses in, an overwhelming, watchful presence. You stumble back towards the staircase, heart pounding with a single thought. The whispers are alive, and this house has awoken. The steps echo your retreat, but the house is far from empty now, its secrets waiting to be unearthed. Back in the moonlight, you breathe in the cold night air, but the whispers follow, promising dark revelations yet to come. You wake to the sound of silence, but it feels wrong, too thick, too heavy. Outside, the world is white, untouched, yet there's something dark marring the purity of the snow. Footprints, winding a path from the barn to your very doorstep. The farm lay quiet beneath its blanket of snow, the air crisp with the bite of winter. You go about your morning chores, the crunch of your boots the only noise cutting through the stillness. But the clouds hang low, too low, as if waiting to swallow the world whole. The wind whispers secrets through the bare branches, chilling you beyond the cold. The first sign of wrongness comes when you reach the pasture. A sheep, lifeless, its wool matted with frost and something darker. No wolf could have done this, but the tracks barely imprinting themselves in the snow say otherwise. They lead towards the house and vanish beneath the porch steps, leaving only a haunting echo of what might come. Unease gnaws at you as you follow the prints. They're heavy, deliberate, yet they leave no drag of struggle behind them. At the threshold, the house feels colder than the biting wind, an unsettling chill that seeps through the walls and into your bones, whispering warnings you can't ignore. Inside, the air is thick with a scent you can't place, earthy and raw. You follow an urge you can't explain, descending the creaking stairs to the cellar. The prints continue, impossibly clear in the thin dust, leading to a corner obscured by years of neglect. Each step you take echoes as if the house is holding its breath. You push aside old boxes and there, hidden in the shadows, a door you've never seen. Cold dread pools at your feet as your hand trembles on the knob. It swings open effortlessly, as if it's been waiting for someone to return. A chill wraps around you, urging you to flee, yet pulling you in. Beyond the door, darkness gives way to a room both foreign and intimate, a place of whispers, frozen moments etched in the air. The walls shudder with each breath, whispering your name softly, with a voice that's almost your own. The air feels alive, pressing against your skin, urging secrets to the surface. You step inside, the floorboards groan in protest, echoing the weight of secrets long buried. There, in the center of the room, an altar of sorts, relics of memories you have tried to forget. The shadows creep closer, weaving stories of past and present, tangible yet elusive, pulling you deeper into the cold embrace. The realization hits, a room built on lies, built on cycles of fear. Here the past doesn't fade, it binds, its grasp tightening over generations. You weren't the first to enter, but you might be the last to leave, entangled in a web spun long before you arrived. The room feels alive, breathing with you, each inhalation entwined with a sense of inevitable end. You back away, but the chill follows you, relentless. Something stirs beyond the doorframe as you retreat, the house shifting around the dark truth held within, as if it too breathes in anticipation. The whispering grows, beckoning you back as the wind howls outside. But what waits in that darkness calls with your voice. Are you ready to confront what lies beneath? Your eyes snap open in the dead of night. A whisper, almost a sigh, drifts through your moonlit room. Beneath the silence, something stirs. Was that floorboards creaking, or just the wind? You have to know, because it sounds like it's saying your name. You arrived at the farmhouse under a slate-gray sky, the air thick with the promise of rain. The paint peels in long curls from the wooden siding, and the wind carries the scent of damp earth and aged wood. It's quiet here, unsettlingly so, almost as if the world has paused in this lonely corner of the countryside. That first night you hear it, a soft rustling like leaves, but no trees bend to the breeze. In the darkness you swear the shadows lean closer, as if listening. Heat prickles at your neck, and you tell yourself it's just your imagination. The second day you discover the diary buried beneath loose floorboards in the attic. Its pages are yellowed and brittle, filled with a scrawl that gushes over the margins. As your eyes trace the words, you feel a cold breath graze your cheek, though the attic window is nailed shut. The diary speaks of an entity, hidden beneath layers of history, a shadow that feeds on your kin. Each entry is filled with desperation and dread, recounting the disappearances and the hollow echoes left behind. The farmhouse shifts around you, its walls groaning like an old beast stirring. You try to leave, yet every path seems to curl back to the farmhouse like a serpent swallowing its tail. The air stifles, heavy with whispers and sighs that drift through the halls. Panic tips into fear as you realize there is no escaping those accusatory murmurs. Desperately, you clutch the diary, searching for anything, any mention that hints at an escape. But the pages speak only of submission, woven tales of souls entwined with this land. A low hum vibrates through the floor, and your hand trembles as the diary slips from your grasp. An overwhelming presence presses against you, a suffocating weight that fills every corner of the room. It whispers of eternity, of hunger sated through your veins. You're frozen, each breath drawn with immense effort, every instinct screaming to flee. The voice rises, a cacophony of past whispers converging into a chorus that envelops you. It dawns painfully that this entity is no mere specter, but a twisted guardian of your blood. You understand now you are not its guest, but its prey. As the cacophony fades, a resolute silence fills the farmhouse. The realization settles heavily. The curse runs as deep as your lineage, and escape is but a cruel illusion. You are bound to the farmhouse, a specter of your own, until the entity claims another. You glance at the farmhouse, each window like a vacant eye watching you, marking its new ward. The whispers resume, wrapping around your mind like a possessive embrace, and you wonder, can you break free before it devours you entirely?